And welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, our last episode. What happened, Orbo? Yes, we became a monk officially, and I'm still 100% lost in that class. But off camera, I brought us here to the ocean place, set our home here because we'll be doing a lot of missions here because we're going to take on the warrior, the Marauder Questline to become a warrior, right? I think that's it. Also, I'm going to try something different with today's or the next few videos. I'm glad you asked, Orbo. Well, basically, I want to keep the same amount of content, but in a, shorter time frame. I understand not everybody wants to sit down and watch a 40-minute video. I get that. The reason I want to do longer videos is because there's a lot to this game. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. It's going to be mostly cutting out things, but only the useless stuff. I'm going to still keep talking and boss battles in there, but like the first quest and all these things, go kill 5 of this creature, 5 of this creature, report back. I'll cut all that out. We'll see how it goes for the next few episodes. So if it's a little bit different, you know why. Alright, you ready? Let's begin our quest as a marauder. And by the way, when I became a marauder, it was basically make your body strong as your weapon. And let's see how this quest line goes. After all, I think this will be the last one we're doing for a while, won't it? Yeah, until I get some better equipment for my rogue and learn how to play the supports. Anyways. You cut a striking figure, Mechanist, but heroic posing is unlikely to cut a swath through your enemy. You stand now as a student of the axe, in level 30. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and, slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pest that plague the outskirts of Limsa Laminsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature has fallen to your blade. And normally I would include this, but with our new editing technique, we'll be right back. And we're back. Just like that, the quest is done, but I didn't waste any time, right? So we'll see how this goes going forward. Again, I'll try and include like key boss fights and cutscenes, but the little wasteful quests we'll get rid of. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Of course we won't know until we get a few episodes, right? Return to me a different man. Already your face shows a harder cast. Realization of the slaughter of which you are capable. But there is much training to be done before you will wield the axe to its fullest potential. Learn well your lessons, build your strength, and make of each wing an instinctive act. Every blow of your weapon will clear another step towards the mastery of the Marauder way. Implacable, whatever, incapable, relentless, such must be your momentum on both the practice ground and the battlefield. Alright, another worthless weapon and some money. Mechanist, you approach me with a marauder's stride, determined, unswerving, and bereft of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased. The time has come for you to begin a new stage of your training. Now, what sets the axe aside from the gladius or dagger is the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought with its thick, heavy blade. Phrasing. But that overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus we come to the core of this day's lesson. Such strength as a marauder must possess are developed through... Such strength as a marauder must possess is developed through a traditional method passed down through the generations of the guild. A method that you, too, will be taught to employ. Present yourself to Brombar? I'm just gonna call him Bro. In the practice area downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. Well, sounds like it's right here, so there's no need to cut. Not gonna lie, the paladin is a paladin. They take damage. They reduce damage. But I think the warriors buy speed. An axe master told me ye'd be on your way. My name's Bro. It's good to meet a new Marauder. Now, axe wielders build strength and control by splitting boulders. That's right, our traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But you can't just use any old swing and you hit the rock just so. Wow, his name's Rockton. I'm just gonna call him Ro. Our fellow Marauder is waiting just outside the Zephyr Gate, by the bridge over the Rogue River. She'll tell you how it's done. And if it's an important cutscene, we'll cut to it. Be right back. Alright, let's see what this is all about. Greetings, lad. Ready to split some stone, are you? I've 3 nice hard rocks for you to build up a sweat on. Don't try nothing fancy now, just hit it with a good old solid heavy swing. Sounds good? I guess we don't have to cut this, it's right here. Okay, heavy swing. Heavy swing. And nothing's even bothering to come out. At least as a monk enemy spawned. That was quick. Now where's the actual mission? That's the way to do it. Now you've got the idea. Why don't you have a little bit hard with a heavy swing, with that heavy swing of yours, hold nothing back. Alright, is this really the quest? See, this is the kind of stuff I want to cut out, but I feel like something's gonna happen. And plus, it's, like, what, a few seconds? That's just a waste. Yeah, I know. Alright, rocks have been split. You're actually going to be the main quest now. I can see you're natural. My head's still ringing with the sound of cracking boulders. Take yourself to Axemaster, and then I know you're ready for something harder. So that was it. Alright, sounds good. Alright, your very simple task of smashing rocks is done. As the training loosened up your muscles and focused your mind, Mechanist, in order to request, this is what I was waiting for. For help has arrived from the Red Rooster Steed. And I have chosen you to respond. It appears the hostile group of megalocrabs have unwillingly elected itself to be the next test of your prowess. Let's see, this is your first outing on an official Marauder duty. You shall be accompanied by the veteran conjurer by the name of Sulkwib? These names. I'm just gonna call him Silk. She awaits you on the floor below. May devastation follow in your wake. Alright, we gotta go downstairs again. But this is the main story quest, right? Like, this is what we shouldn't cut. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, what do you want, Silk? I am Mechanist, I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous tasks. I suppose Wern expects me to give you the details then. Very well. It seems the father need us to clear out some crabs' nests near the Warning Widow, that's her name, in Lower Lenosia. I shall trust you to find your own way there. Just don't forget your axe. Alright, I won't, and I'll see you there. Alright, let's kill a few crabs. Something tells me, yep, there's gonna be a cutscene, so this is the kind of thing we keep in. Looks like if nobody's home, mayhap they knew we were coming? Aid, I need aid. Parent, please, it's my grandson, then Snippers got him. I told Sigurd not to get too close. I told him. Come back ready with the Mechanist, we need to move. Alright, see this is what we call a key quest, where I will try to keep everything in. Well, like I said, a lot of I should have got rid of the smashing boulders, but, now we know. Oh, that's a lot of crabs. Let's do this. Level sync. We go. Yeah, any second now. There we go. Cutscene and everything. These are the boss battles we gotta keep in. Oh, bugger and whatever. Get away from me, you bloody bastards. Don't worry, I'm a marauder. I got an axe. You need to run, kid. Yeah, they are a fool. To be fair, they were scared, but whatever. So you're supposed to heal me while I tank, but I'm over-leveled, so let's see how that goes. Behold my power! And my lack of abilities. Luckily though, I still got my crit. Oh, this is riveting. Oh wait, they're leveled, I'm missing my attacks. I knew something was off. But I guess that's to balance it, right? And we can just one-shot you and one-shot you. Oh, would you look at that? There's more crabs on the way. Looks like we're dining on crab tonight. Alright, I should probably take care of the small fries just because they do damage, but I can one-shot them. Now we can take on the big one, which we have a chance to miss our attack, so that's fun. Okay, 2 in a row. I can't miss 3 in a row, right? There we go. And one more crab done. We one-shot these little ones. And we're good, right? Nope, there's more! We'll be definitely having a feast tonight. And one shot. Oh, I was gonna say one shot? And they'll go after the kid. Why? Oh, but we have backup. Thanks for the backup. Seriously, why would the crabs go after the kid? Yeah, I don't know either. Thank you, mister. I thought I was dead for sure. Well, you're a fool and would have taught you a lesson. I can't even play outside no more with all these scary monsters about. Me mom, me da. They were both killed by some nasty bugger not so long ago. And Arnox? Big as mountains. Are you speaking English? But I bet you could beat it. Alright, make it pay for what it did to me folks. You take it easy now, son. There's a whole guild full of strapping lads and lasses like Mecha is here who will be glad to do just that. All you need to do is head home with your grandpa. Let us worry about the big and nasty buggers. And try not to get any more foolish nonsense. Consider your first day a success. Your duty a success. Maybe it's time you headed back as well. Before Wern begins to worry, I've left your corpse for the crabs. Thanks for your help, fellow axe wielder. The kill's gonna die without you. Alright, now for a long walk back. Alright, quest done. Crabs are ready to be baked and boiled. So you shatter the shells of the mega crabs. And save the life of a child into the... What? Yes, I was a savior kid. Let's do our violent craft prove its merit. We're done. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it is unusual for such crabs to be found near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding ground by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is known to terror the land of Nocia, ever seeking to expand its territory. That boy's parents were but 2 of its many victims have fallen to this rampage. It is a threat that must be dealt with ere long. And listen, that's the big boss fight for me. Do thoughts of vengeance fit your mind, or flit through your mind? That's a word? Yeah, not what I would go with. Nurture those urges, but do not yet act upon them. Actually, I probably could. This monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. It's not. If you would answer the lad's cry for revenge, then you must grow stronger. Become a raging behemoth this challenge demands. That sounds like me to a T. Alright, what's next? Megas, I've gathered more information I could concerning the beast that young Sigurd bade you slay. I hate the way these people talk. The tale's name of the creature is Kujata. Or Kuhata. I'm gonna say Kujata. You think it's alright? Alright. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrified flesh also call him the Stampeding Mountain. That's gonna be my name. such as his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards this distant goal, I send you to blind iron mines. We have had word that folk are falling prey to the claws of local galagos. It is your task to protect the weak from those unruly creatures, or to channel the rage inside you and let your blade be righteous slaughter. Alright, we'll be back with some slaughtered vengeance done. Alright, enemy slaughtered rage. Obtained? Yeah, we'll go with that. Welcome back, Mechas. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. Although your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled out from the overturned wain have attracted all manners of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer. For coin this season, your duty is thus clear: put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. Alright, consider it done. Alright, creatures slaughtered, farmer saved. What's next? Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampage. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training, but do not despair, Mechas. As Axmaster of fellow Marauder, I swear I swear, I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon. That sounds nice. Yeah, a little weird, but nice. Until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone, this minute will fall by your hand. Alright, sounds good. Now, next quest. Oh, we get ability. We get Tomahawk. Deliver a ranged attack. I guess everybody does need a ranged attack. Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. As you've been diligent in your training, you need not tell me in words. It shows your bearing in your unwavering gaze. It's time for you to once more lift your ass in service of the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Airport in western Lenosia. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat presents I can't speak. Yeah, I know. I need to do some maintenance. It is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning your power. Now, to find this beast, well, I am fortunate enough to count among my many acquaintances a veteran hunter, an archer by the name of Rainfried. These names. We call him Rain. He took up residence in Airport some years ago and will gladly aid you in this task. With Rain's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provide a swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. So I just realized, the first story mission has with a healer, and this one with a ranged DPS. I see what you're doing, game. I see what you're doing. One of Winsbone. Oh yeah. I think this is probably a story quest. Let's see. Orbo, check it. Yeah, it probably is. Alright. One of Wynn's boys, well, I've known this rat since he was knee-high too well. He was always kind of big fella for what, these people I can't speak. You want to call him Axmaster, not a subtle as that, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down the local trouble. What you need to do, take yourself northwest to Cape Skull Valley and give it a good whistle. The mean bugger you're after, his name is Patripicton? Okay then. By the by, we'll come running across the weeded plains. We'll think you're trespassing on his territory, you see with that. So you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Oskarn's blessing upon you. Alright, sounds easy enough. Let's go do that. And it'll probably be a battle sync boss bile, so... Bile? Yeah, I know. It'll be a boss battle, so we'll be... You know what? Actually, we won't be right back. It's close by. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm trying to cut out. The needless walking and the needless battles. So after today, we'll have a good idea of whether or not this will work out or not. Of course, I'll probably do 2 more videos and see how it actually does overall. Alright, and I'm probably not cutting this out because it's a boss battle anyway, so... Let's do this. Oh, it's one of you. And I do still think it's a boss battle, so we'll give it a second. Right now, cutscene will happen. Or this was the kind of thing to cut out. Oh well, now we know. Now we know. Alright, Beast has been slain, and it was a waste of time. I've been in contact with Rain, and he has not held but praise for you, because the representation of the guild has been most exemplary. There's one more task. This is the cuts. Okay, I knew I was the right quest, just wrong time. Yep, now we know. There's one more task I have to complete this day. Task will demonstrate blah 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 blah. Report to Scap. Not even no. Scap, where he waits on the bank of the river, and he shall help you with your next task. Alright, off to the river. Alright, you have my next mission, right? Alright, lad, I know why you're here, and I see that big old boulder. I'd wager you know why you're here too. Now, my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles Root had you training on. To crack this beauty will require a relatively heavy swing, and possibly say, whatever his name is, would send you here if he does think you're capable. So, let's see. And boss battle now, right? Would you look at that? In your first attempt too. Well, I guess back to the Axe Master with you. I thought okay, this is the perfect example why I'm skipping these things. Yeah, a little disappointing, but I could have sworn this is going to be a cutscene and strength check and all that. Oh well, back to base. Alright, big boulder's been broken. Is that it? No, we do get a cutscene, so I was right, but wrong. I knew you'd return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition. You shall be in the... Oh yeah, I was supposed to get tomahawk for this. And you shall have it in the form of a new technique, adopted and perfected by our guild forebearers. The tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. You're handing me a technique. Though we primarily focus on close quarters combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal will greatly expand your tactical versatility. I sense that impending confrontation within Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Mechanist. The hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attain peak mastery you seek, only steady, measured ascent. Thanks for the ability, and the money. Alright, now I gotta find a place on the hotbar for my tomahawk throw. But I already know where it's going, cause it should be right there. Yep. Alright, sounds good. So, I have some editing to do, and we'll see just how this video turns out. But of course, this is the first of 3, so we'll get a better idea. That being said, this Marauder Questline has been basic so far. To be fair, that's better than the Lancers. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed gaming. This has been the Mechanist, logging off. Until next time.